Thomas the Tank Engine. Skarloey had been on the railway for a long time. Ever since he came back, the rails were soon working again. He then came upon Rusty. "I'm amazed," he said. "These rails look like new." "Manager says," said Rusty, "that wherever he finds rails, he would have to repair them, and he don't stop till then. Although I must warn you about Duncan." Duncan then came upon one of the trucks. He rocked and rolled. "What's this about me?" he said. Duncan told him about the first station and the track up ahead. "Pah!" he said. "You worry too much. I know what I'm doing." He flounced away, leaving Rusty hurt. Soon he angrily bumped into the coaches the next day and headed up to the first station. "You're late," said James. "I know," said Duncan. "It was Rusty. I know how you feel. A diesel crept in our shed, and he won't go and order us about. I sent him packing." Duncan felt pleased. Little did he know that James was very boastful and didn't tell the truth often. "Send Rusty packing, he said. He climbed the hill as hard as he could and came back down the slope. Nothing happened, he said. He rocked and rolled. "Steady, old boy," cried his driver, but it was too late. "Sleep isn't bad, I'm off," he cried, and he was. Rusty heard the news. "I warned him," he said. He refused to move. "What about the passengers?" asked Skarloey. "Think of what they'll say." "Oh, you're right," said Rusty. "I must go." He huffed and he rolled away. Rusty came to the accident. That men and women worked hard to get him on the rails. "I feel silly," he said. Soon, after a few moments, Duncan was back on the line, and he continued on without any more problems. Later that evening, Duncan returned to Rusty. "I'm sorry I was rude to you," he said. "You were a very nice diesel. I wish more diesels would be like you." Duncan made Rusty blush. "That's all right," he said. "At least now we can fix the repairs on the line." Duncan agreed. The two engines gazed happily. "Tomorrow morning," they said, "we'll work on those rails first thing tomorrow morning." Soon, Duncan and Rusty were on their way, feeling very proud of themselves. From that day on, they were as good as friends. Do 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 do. Thomas the Tank Engine. Do 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 do. 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 Da 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 da.